What is up? How is everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV. Today we're going to be talking about Milan, of course, but obviously we're going to be talking about Italy in their opener of a Euro, winning versus Albania 2-1. What I personally thought was a pretty convincing performance, um, aside maybe the fact that they should have closed the game, and really that's the only thing that they really didn't do that they should have done. But a lot of opinions. We're going to see what people say in chat, and we're going to go through the game, analyze it. So I thought it was more positive than I expected it to be. From what I saw, I think Italy is in a pretty good spot, to be honest, in their preparation. From a tactical standpoint, I thought Italy did a really good job at managing the game and not exhausting too many energies. It's a very clever way to start the tournament. They didn't try and push anything. They just kept the ball because they knew they could. They just didn't really waste any energies. I think that's really clever if you're thinking of a tournament like this. And I think they were brilliant at doing that in particular. Maybe the thing that was missing, Scamacca probably should have scored, but Scamacca did play really well in the link-up play. His link-up play is quite special, actually. He has some very interesting moves with the back heels and space, but he needs to be a little bit more aggressive when looking for goal. If Scamacca can be a consistent goal scorer, he can be a very interesting player in international football. So this is it was good for Scamacca because he did play the link up game really well. I'm going to give it to him. The link up game actually was pretty brilliant, I thought, by him. But he had chances to score goals, and he should have buried those chances. He had a few. He should have buried those, and because that's what a striker needs to do. And if you can do that, if Scamacca can do that, like a first game of the World Cup, that's a big boost of confidence for him, and it's also good, better for the team. But regardless of that, I thought Scamacca did have a good performance. He did connect with his teammates really well. His movements were very clever. His 1-2s were very pristine. He just lacked the heart of the lion to score. He just lacked that flame when it came to scoring the goal. Chiesa, I thought, gave a really good shift today. He did run out of gas, but in the first half, he looks very strong. So that's encouraging. If Chiesa can grow into this tournament, that's definitely a very good weapon. I think that the formation that Spalletti is using is very clever. It is very clever with the double pivots and the three in that line and the striker. It's extremely balanced. It has literally everything you need in perfect dosages. So that's really, I'm very impressed with Spalletti and how he built that midfield and how he sees that midfield. The defense, Calafiori, good performance from Calafiori. Maybe, Bastoni, strong performance, very strong. Calafiori, he did get beat at the end there. Calafiori is still a little bit ripe, but very encouraging performance from Calafiori. Just in general, this is a young player. He will grow into being a very good player eventually. But he's only 21. He's supposed to be of the U21 squad. But anyway, he had a decent game. Di Marco again with this soft pass back, which he did against Bosnia a bunch of times. Against Bosnia, Di Marco had these soft passes back to the defense that were soft, and we got caught. Di Marco does it again, first thing of the game. Maybe that there, Di Marco's mentality there, his psychology needs to be tuned a little bit. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive, more assertive. But he did make that mistake, but then in building and in being up top there as that extended winger, he looked good. He had some really good touches, So Di Marco, aside from that really bad mistake in the beginning, I thought he had a good game. Barella, Jorginho, just like another class. That's just like Barella and Jorginho in the middle are two PhDs of the midfield at this point. So, and they're protected. The thing is, Barella and Jorginho are protected very well by Pellegrini, who is um, was somewhat of a hybrid attacking midfielder CM, and he gives you that. Then you have Fratesi, who can give you all the work rate and he can give you all the running, but plus also the quality. And then you have the fullbacks also that give you quality and defend you. So Barella and Jorginho are defended really well in that pocket. They sit in that pocket and they're defended really well. I gotta give it to Spalletti, a phenomenal setup. Now, of course, the big question is this going to work against Spain? Is this going to work against Croatia? That's another argument. That's another subject. But overall, the way the team held the ball, very impressive. That's the Spalletti way of playing football. And I think it's pretty encouraging way to start the tournament. You know, you got to start somewhere, and then slowly fix the kinks, and then get into the condition. If you pass the group stages, to get in the condition, then to try and grind your way through. And so, from the tools that I saw that Italy has, you know, things can be encouraging if things go well against Spain and Croatia. Now, the things that maybe can raise a few eyebrows, and I will also talk about Albania, but a few things that might raise a few eyebrows is that Italy does risk a little bit going out of defense. That's the Gigi Donnarumma special. And smarter, a team like Spain maybe, or a team like Croatia, they can catch you there. So that is something that if I am an opposing coach of Italy, I'm looking at that. How do they build from the back and how to stop that? Now, for the most part, Italy with Jorginho and Barella, for the most part, they're going to be able to control the tempo quite well. I think even against Spain, it's probably not going to be complete domination by Spain this time. It's probably going to be somewhere around a little bit more Spain, maybe 55 Spain, 45 Italy, something like that. But it's not going to be 70% Spain, 30% Italy. So now Spain is clinical, though. They showed to be clinical. But anyway, that's another conversation. Those guys are very good at just stopping the opposition. They're very good at playing in those pockets of space and using the tempo to just control the game, control the tempo. And that's why Albania, I think, did the smart thing, is just to wait. Just wait, and sooner or later, Italy will make a mistake. Because if you're Albania and you want to press high and you want to try and get it and you want to make this a match of friction, eventually you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught, and then the floodgates are going to open up. So Albania actually did a good tactic to just wait for Italy to not have any more choices, wait for Italy to just make the final mistake, and then if you get the ball, attack forward. We'll see in chat, but I think if Albania would have taken the other approach, I don't think it would have paid off. I don't think it would have paid off because it would have given open opportunities for Italy. Eventually, Italy would have had one or two or three open opportunities, and at least one goal is going in. So Albania did the right thing. I think Albania actually. Albania, they're I don't know. I want to see how they do against Spain. I don't know. Maybe they respected Italy too much. Maybe someone can argue that they gave Italy a little bit too much respect. But Albania, if I'm looking at the way they played and how they played, they have to probably go with their heart and just attack, and who cares, you know. I think maybe they can get something there, but I do also think that if Albania, attacks with numbers and tries to create, if they get caught, they risk of losing games 3-4-0. So at the end of the day, Albania, I think playing smart football is the way to do it. They almost got a result today. They scored first. They took advantage of a mistake that Italy did in the first second of the game. So that was really good for Albania. I mean, that's already being in the tournament for Albania is winning. So, getting that goal. But then it was pretty clear quite fast that Albania wouldn't have been able to score any other goals today. It was pretty clear that Italy was going to win this game. But it was also maybe expected that Italy should have scored more goals. But Albania can probably get something out of the other teams. I think they could. Yeah. I wonder if Albania maybe gave too much respect for Italy. I wonder. But anyway, Germany with a big win against Scotland. Obviously, that's a very impressive win. I think Spain against Croatia is the most impressive win, to be honest with you, because it's 3-0. So right now, maybe out of the opening games of the tournament, Spain right now seems to be the most dangerous one. Getting 3 goals against Croatia is not easy to do, and then keeping the result. So Albania, people would say you expect Italy to beat Albania, but it's not always like that. It's not always like that. You have to play these games. The games aren't given to you. You have to play them. So, and then Hungary, I think, got the results. But the positive thing that I saw today is that I completely could be wrong, and this could be completely wrong once we play Spain or Croatia. But from what I saw, I am pretty confident in saying that Italy is amongst the upper echelon of the group. So they can play against any team and grind out a result. They can lose or they can win, but they can compete against any team. So that is encouraging to see. But I could be completely wrong, and then Spain just demolishes Italy. I definitely, I've seen that happen before, in a final. So, but what I saw tonight was quite encouraging to me, quite positive. I liked it. From a tactical standpoint. I liked it a lot. Difficult stadium because the whole stadium was against the team. Also, maybe the referee might have been a little bit too favorable to Italy. I think Albania can say that. There are some calls that maybe the referee should have called. Like, for example, was the second goal offside? Was Dimarco offside? They didn't show the replay, or at least I didn't see the replay, but to me, it looked like he might have been offside. And then Bastoni pulling that jersey when he was defended 1v1. Was that a foul or is that not a foul? Where is the technical, where is that? So I think Albania can say, hey, the ref was a little bit biased or he didn't make good decisions. I think they do have cases there. But generally speaking, it's pretty encouraging what I saw, It's pretty encouraging because we've seen Italy get into these tournaments and do much worse than today. For example, going back to the 2002 Euros, or was it 2004? I think it was the 2004 Euros. First game, Italy-Denmark, just one of the worst games ever. And you have Totti there, you have Pirlo, you have all these great players, and it's a complete shit show of a game. I've seen Italy have these moments in the World Cup, the last 2 World Cups, 2010 and 2014, all those games, aside the game against England, which Italy won, but every single game against Costa Rica, Slovakia, all of these games were terrible. So if I compare that to what we saw today, I think it's pretty good. And it's something that Italy can build on. But of course, Spain is going to be very difficult. I think that the fact that Spain beat Croatia 3-0 says something. One last thing I want to say about Italy is that one thing that they should be happy about is that they got the 3 points against Albania, and that is important to get 3 points. I mean, no disrespect, and I don't want to sound mean. It's important to try and get the 3 points against Albania for all the teams. So they got the 3 points. Whether or not it's going to matter in the end, who knows? Albania still needs to play Spain. Albania still needs to play Croatia. I think Albania, with those players that we know really well, especially because so many of them play in the Serie A, we know those players can create moments. They do have the skill. Broja also very strong. Broja is very strong. He knows how to shield the ball really well, and he's very young too. So I think Albania does have the quality to slide something in. I think there is there. They just have to be very careful defensively, and just try their luck. Just try their luck with shots from outside the box, with crosses in the middle. Just go for it. Try your luck. Yeah. Anyway, so not too bad. But I'm already seeing a lot of people disagree with me. So let's see what do we have here. What did I say about the guy Di Marco? Rubbish. He is anonymous. He only fits inter-system and nothing else. Aside the first mistake, I thought Di Marco actually had a really good game. Very tidy in possession. His movement towards the final third was very nice. And also he had some moments where he took on the player with some excellent control, especially that diagonal that Barella had, and then Di Marco connected with in that space, beating the player. That's high-level shit. So I thought that was really good. Can he do better? He has to do better. He has to do better. Edison, what's up? How you doing, bruv? Albania gave us the most enthusiastic and passionate fans this Euro. Yeah, the fans are definitely something, a plus, and I think it makes playing Albania difficult. Should have ended 2-2, that miss in the 89th. So that miss or that save from Donnarumma, and that is where, that is where you have that world-class goalkeeper. Maybe you can argue Donnarumma didn't even know, but Donnarumma put his body there, and that slight deflection, maybe it was already going out, I don't know. But if Donnarumma deflected that's, these are the little things that nobody's ever going to talk about, but that's what got Italy the 3 points, right? And this was the story of Mike Maignan a lot, especially the year we won the Scudetto. Mike Maignan had a lot of those moments that we kind of like take for granted in a way. And then we say Leao this, Leao that, but it was actually those kind of moments like that the other team was sure to score. But here's a miraculous save that doesn't even get many headlines, but that's the real reason why you get the 3 points. So there, yeah, Donnarumma, I thought, saved our ass. Fucking saved our ass right there, for sure. Maybe it was already going out, I don't know, but Calafiori was beaten. There, Calafiori was beaten. And also, I don't know who the player was, the Albanian player, but he had a really good stop of the ball. He got himself in a great position. Calafiori was beaten. Donnarumma put his body there. Donnarumma maybe was very lucky, but he did the right things. He did the right thing. Bring back Gigio. Italy have to be careful against Spain. That performance was not convincing at all. No, well, for me, it was actually quite convincing. I thought they held the ball really well. I think against Spain, it's going to be difficult. Spain is never easy. You're never going to have an easy game against Spain. They are the favorites. And yeah, I think where we need to be careful is building out from the box. I think building out from the box is where we need to be careful. At a certain point, they built out of the box in a very delicate moment of the game, in a very intricate way today. Either you have balls of steel to do that, or you're fucking stupid as fuck. So that's from the sidelines. That's the way I read that. Either you have really balls of steel to build out of the back, like Italy did around the 80th minute, just like these intricate passes in the box, building out of the back. Either you're really stupid or you have balls of steels. You're lucky that it worked, but you got to be careful. You got to know that maybe you can't do that against Spain. Maybe against Spain, you don't have that luxury. You have to maybe clear the ball. You have to look for the long ball. You have to look for the ball that goes over the midfield. So there, I think they need to do some tuning and adjusting, because if you're going to build so intricately from the back against Spain, if they win the ball back, they're going to punish you right away. Right? So they just need to be smart there. They need to be smart how they approach the building from the back. Albania went 3-4-3 in the 80th. I think Albania is going to beat Croatia. Okay, I hope they do. That'll be good. I hope they do. I'm going for Albania. Here we effing go. Kim, what's up? How you doing, bro? Italy played really well, to be honest. They just look a bit nervous at moments in the game. Yeah, I mean, I even like big World Cups like 94, even arguably 2006, the first game against Ghana. I honestly, and I really mean it, this is one of the strongest performances I've seen Italy in a first match of a tournament. I'm not saying the strongest. I think the strongest probably was the one against Spain in 2012, which ended in a 1-1 tie. I thought that was a really strong game to start off with, because they kind of put Spain on the back foot, even though then we met again in the finals and Spain destroyed us, sent us to oblivion. But I think that the game against what was it? The game against Turkey in the last Euros was a very strong start. That was a stronger start than this one for sure. But in 2006 against Ghana, I think this one was maybe a stronger start. Ghana gave us some more worries. But 2014 was a disaster. 2010 was a disaster. 08 was okay. Yeah, so I think it was a really good start. I think it's a really good start. Now, I don't know what that means. Probably doesn't mean shit, guys. Listen, it probably doesn't mean shit. Italy's probably going to get their ass kicked by Spain and Croatia, and then we're back home scratching our head, figuring out what happened, But it's just interesting stats. Interesting stats. What team has impressed you guys the most so far? For me, it has to be Spain. But Germany has energy about them, which is very dangerous. That home crowd energy, and this is like one of those historical teams that always does well in tournaments. Like they're built for tournaments because they just have the perfect mentality. They know how to do it. They have the knowledge. They have the schools. So Germany is always going to be a big threat when it comes to these kind of tournaments. And they play nice. I think in the end, Spain, Italy, Germany, France, Portugal, England, I could be completely wrong. I think more or less are similar. They're all there. They're all kind of there. They all have something that they could possibly use to beat each other. From what I saw today, I don't believe the distance between Italy and the other teams is that big. I think there is distance, but it's not unsurmountable. I think all of these teams are going to meet each other somewhere in the middle, and it's really going to be about the details if there's an individual who shines, like if Mbappe, has a super Euro and he gets a Ballon d'Or, he could possibly take the Ballon d'Or off of Vinicius Junior. Mbappe, if he has a great Euro. These are some of the players that have that ability to have extraordinary Euros. Maybe you have another key player that comes out. Maybe you have Germany that is going to be very unity. Italy also that unity. We saw the unity Italy had, with Spalletti seems like a real threat. Portugal is going to have a shitload of talent. France is going to have talent. We're going to see how France does. The coach has been there for a long time, so let's see. Let's see. All right, let's go. Keep on going here. Can't believe that I'd watch an Italian side without AC Milan players in the team. I feel really sad about this. Yeah, me too. I think it's a shame. The order of hierarchy has been followed so far. No surprise in my end. Teams who were supposed to win on paper won. Yeah, you're right. Croatia should have had a goal at least, though. I'm very surprised, Croatia. Joel, all the Liverpool fans have been hyping up Hungary because of Zoboslai, but once again, Switzerland are so underrated in tournaments, always at least a round of 16. Now, Switzerland is a difficult opponent, very difficult. Very difficult. Switzerland always takes you to the limit, always takes you to the limit. Underestimating Switzerland is always a big mistake. What's up, Roy? Barella, yeah, Barella was fucking really high level shit from Barella. Nice first game for us. Yeah, that's right. Calafiori was a surprise start for me, but man, what a game he had. Very impressed with him. Yes, it is kind of. I guess he must be doing really well in training. I assume because it would either be Bastoni and Mancini if you're going with four at the back, or Bastoni and Buongiorno, or Bastoni and who's that one? Darmian. No, four at the back. Darmian probably not. But I'm surprised that they're giving so much faith to this young player. I saw a little bit of him in the U21s and he looked good. But yeah, good for him. He's young, This is a good learning experience for him. Looking like defense might be the decider even more of this Euros. You can get at Spain, even Germany, not so much Italy, though. Defense is going to be, yes, for sure, one of the most, no, I agree with you. Defense is going to be the most important factor out of all of this. Yeah. Who has a better defense? I don't know. We shall find out. Inter was carrying Italy today. Yeah, dude. It's weird, huh? Inter was carrying Italy, guys. Ando, why you?
Forza Italia! Let's go.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Man, I'm very happy. Respect to Albania because we got sloppy and they could have tied at the very end. But overall, I thought that the game for most of the time we dominated. We should have, like that was what was expected. But Albania had a lot of fans and it could have been dangerous. I think Spain today looked really good. I watched all the games. So that's going to be really hard on Thursday. But yeah, so this game was a must win for us. So I'm happy we got it done. I hope that we can get at least a draw against Spain and just like play well, see what we can do. And Croatia looked a little poor, but at the same time, it could have just been the fact that Spain was very good. So it's kind of hard to tell. So they will still be tough. But overall, I'm happy we got the win. The only thing that was scary to me was we played very aggressive and attacking football. And I liked the combinations. I thought Spalletti did a good job of imposing a style of play. But defensively, there were moments that were a little bit shaky. I think it's because you're playing these guys together for the first time. And I just think that if you try playing the way we played today against a team with a lot of quality, it could be dangerous for us. So I would expect that Spalletti plays a bit more solid. I don't know what your opinion on that is, but I think that would be ideally what I would like, because I thought that it was a little bit risky at times. But
Yeah, you gotta adapt to your opponent, right? So if like for example, Spain most likely is definitely going to attack more. They're going to hold the ball more. They're going to impose themselves more. So you have to face that game in that posture. Doesn't mean that you're losing, right? Or it doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're containing, that you're defending in the right posture. If Italy attacks, I think Italy is going to have moments where they can attack. The thing is that one thing for sure is that Spain is not going to be as close as Albania was today. That's not going to happen. So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
so there's space there for Italy too. To hurt the defense of Spain. I don't know. People are I don't know who these guys are, but I don't want to trust what people say because I could be doing the wrong thing, but I'm hearing that they're maybe not the greatest. But I don't know. I don't want to go for that. I just think that if you have space, from what I'm seeing, Scamacca, Chiesa, Frattesi, Pellegrini, Barella, these guys can do these quick combinations into space, and they're in front of goal in a split second. So I think that Spain has to be careful too there. It really, I think, yeah, a tie would be ideal. Would be ideal.
that'd be
Now,
a tough
this
game.
is hopefully they adapt to Spain. That would be what a serious team should do.
Yeah, like for example, like I really liked Calafiori. Like on the ball, he was really good today. He made a few mistakes, but like I liked the way for this type of game that we played, when they were sitting back, to have center backs that could dribble in and create space for themselves and create like numerical advantages. It was good. Again, though, if we lose the ball and like they have Morata, Lamine Yamal, they have really and Nico Williams, they have really fast players. So you're with a lot more quality. Of course, respect to Albania, but we all know that. So that's just what I'm worried about. So yeah, ideally we sit back more, but I don't think that like you said, it's going to be a completely different game for many different reasons. But I watched Spain today, and they like press very very hard. Like they were pressing Croatia, and of course they always like to win the ball, so they're in possession. So I assume that they're going to have more possession than us today. We completely dominated possession.
But yeah, so oh no, go ahead, go ahead. I do want to respond to that.
But yeah,
That's a
no, I'm
very
just gonna say,
interesting
like,
thing
so
about it.
overall, like, of course, it's gonna be a very different game, like, almost completely different in every way. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So one thing that I really liked about Italy today is that they didn't press because they knew they didn't need to press, and they reserved a lot of energies. And that to me was really what impressed me the most. That they took this game and they managed it really well without exhausting too many energies. So it's their confidence on the ball allowed them to do that. The fact that they're able to just keep the ball, they're not, and for really long periods of time without really pushing the envelope, without really creating unbalances in the team. It's because they knew that as long as they kept the ball, they're going to win this game. And and you're reserving a lot of energies. Now, against Croatia, you can't do that because Croatia is going to come at you with quality. They're going to come at you with hard, completely different level. Same thing against Spain. So I think that's why we didn't see Italy go full blown today with the pressure and all of that stuff. Are you there?
One sec.
All right, I'll keep on going with chat. I'll keep on going with chat. But yeah, I was very impressed with how Italy managed the game overall. Very impressed. Really impressive and very difficult because the stadium is against you. Um, Albania is very enthusiastic. I think it was a difficult game. Okay, let's keep on going here. Inter was carrying Italy today. Yes. Yeah, it's the way it is. Barella, Bastoni, Darmian, Di Marco, Frattesi. But it's a good thing because that means that they know each other and they have chemistry. They bring back chemistry to the national team, and then they bring the national team chemistry to the club team, and that's a really valuable tool to have.
Hey Roy, I can't stay for too long, but yeah, I just wanted to. I can talk a bit longer, but no, yeah, I agree. I was really impressed with the combinations, um, and you also Chiesa as well. I'm sure you talked about all this, but Chiesa, like you could tell he's going to be really good this tournament. If the guy looks much better than what he was doing at Juventus. He was dribbling people. I hope any news on if he's injured or not though, because he did get subbed out. He looked a little bit hurt.
No, yeah, what I said about Kiz is that for the first, 60 minutes, very good. And then he was out of gas and he should have been subbed. I agree with the sub.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
just didn't know if it was because he got hurt or not, but I hope he's good.
no, he got gassed. He was gassed.
Okay.
He was gassed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he looked really strong, especially in the first half when he was fresh. And I think Chiesa can be a player with space. I mean, you saw what he was doing in those tight spaces, right? You give a player like that space, he's supposed to punish you, whether he does or not. Then up to him, but he's supposed. But
He
Spain
won
has
man
players
of the
like that too.
match, by the way.
Spain, he had man of the match.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising. I would give. I
No, I
would
don't
give.
think. I don't think he deserved man of the match.
I would have given it to Barella. But also what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about was Scamacca because I liked some of the plays that he did, but I hope we can get him a little bit more involved. Like in terms of like giving him more chances to score. He had that one chance, but that's my only thing. If we can get him in, I mean, of course they were sitting back today, so it was kind of hard, but I hope that against Spain he's going to be useful, more useful.
Yeah, and Scamacca against a Spanish team is actually very useful because Scamacca is all about technique and these touches, these heels, unpredictable heels, and these really thin channels into space. And against Spain, they're going to give you more space than Albania did today, guys. Today, Albania was all closed up, right? Very difficult to play when there's so much density. But
Yeah,
Spain is not going to play like that. So Scamacca, if he can do a quick 1-2 like we saw today, yeah, there are chances there that can develop into good things. But Spain might stop them. Spain is, maybe Spain is going to stop them. It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a fun battle to watch, regardless.
yeah. I have to head out. The last
All
thing
right.
I wanted to discuss was I had one last thing I wanted to say. Um, yeah. Overall, I watched all the games, and they were pretty good games. So I think Italy.
Who's the best team so far?
Well, I would say Spain because they played Croatia, but Germany was amazing. But at the same time, like Scotland got a red card and they were just terrible. But Germany, the way that they were playing in the
It's
final
electrifying.
third
Yeah,
was
there's electricity. There's
that
electricity in
was
Germany.
yeah, like it's gonna be very hard, but all we could do is play who we play, you know what I mean? Like and then see what happens when teams play each other. But for
Yeah.
us, it's one game at a time, and so this game was very big. Um, I just hope that we just gotta keep up building and also just keep building experience with each other. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna head out. But yeah, this is a big
All
win,
right.
and hopefully we keep it up.
All right. Peace. Okay, still can't believe our manager didn't have a chance to sign him on a free last year, but they're allergic to signing young Italians. And according to some people, there are no good young Italians. So yeah, Milan, I don't understand why Milan is not getting these Italian players. Like this idea that Italian players are not good enough for Milan, or they're too expensive for Milan, or this whatever it is, it's absolutely ridiculous. Um, we have a fan base. We have a fan base that has bought into this idea, and I just don't get it. I mean, I know why it happened. It happened because the club was looking for growth decree deals, They're trying to get deals with the growth decree. That's why it happened. But now, unfortunately, it's created a trend, a situation. That time you were supposed to spend building the Italian players, that time is gone. So either you get Italian players that are ready now, and that's super difficult because now they're all very difficult to get, or you get the ones that are going to be ready. But then you're building. We missed the train there with the Italian players. Kind of sucks. But let's see. Calafiori did a good job. Yeah, 21, very young. Good experience for him. The game should have ended 2-2. I mean, yeah, you can argue that for sure. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for arguing that. Yeah. The rest of Europe found out about Calafiori today. Yeah. Scamacca should have Scamacca should have had that should have taken that opportunity to also be that guy. Calafiori is a very technical player and versatile player. He can play as a center back and a left back. Moncada's algorithm had a virus when he read Calafiori's numbers. Croatia performed badly today. They were very slow, yet it's the first match, so we can only judge them next match. Yeah, guys, that is definitely true. Because you can grow into the tournament, and then the result of the other team can also affect things. So you have to be really clever how you face these tournaments. There's so many, spirals and labyrinths, possibilities. Albania needs the results against Croatia in the next game, and I think they can get it done. If Albania can tie against Croatia, then that will keep the group alive. If Albania can tie against Croatia, that will keep the group alive. If Croatia beats Albania, then Albania will be out. And if Spain beats Italy, Italy will still have a chance against Croatia. Yeah, maybe something like that can probably happen. Probably, most likely. We will see. I think what Italy needs to, I mean, at the end of the day, don't get overhyped too much. Barella, I'll spit blood for these boys, for this staff, and this jersey. VRI, that's a champion mentality. Yeah, Barella's a fucking meme machine. But these guys, these players have been doing this since they were, especially Barella. I looked at his card. Barella has been part of the national team since he was, I think, 16 or 15. I think he started very young. He did the U15, the U16, the U17, the U18, the U19, the U20, U21. Then he made his jump into the Serie A to Cagliari. Then Marotta said, okay, this guy is one of the best. We got to get him. They got him. And now he's a top player, So like these players that have all that experience in the national team, these are valuable players. We should be getting these kind of players because they're very competitive. They're very competitive, and we're missing out. Roy, by the way, Broya barely touched the ball, couldn't do anything to the Italian tackle defense. So I hope Moncada opens his eyes once. I actually was pretty impressed with Broya because I know how difficult it is when you don't have the ability to get the ball back and you have to play this game of either wait or chase. I understand that. I understand being in that position in football and understand what you can do and what you can't do when you are in that position. And I thought Broya, when his team is in that position, I thought he did use his physicality pretty well. I think he did battle it out with Calafiori. The thing is that Calafiori, Bastoni, these guys are really high level. People don't know this because they think Serie A and Italian football is fucking shit, right? But no, these players are really high level. And I think that Broya did well against these players. But yeah, it was just like if Broya is playing in a team that dominates the ball more and attacks more, I think from what I saw today, maybe there's something there. I don't want to be. I'm going to be a little bit generous. Albania doesn't have a technical player that can create plays on his own. We have to play as a team, passing around. Yeah, the real big difference is really Barella and Jorginho. Those two there are really the brain of Italy, and that's where Albania doesn't have two players like that, like two players of that level that can dictate tempo in the midfield like that, and just deploy drones left and right. They're two directors, Jorginho and Barella. So Albania doesn't have that. They don't have that of that level. Croatia does. Spain does. Spain, although is a young team in transition, yet played well, and this win will give them a big boost forward. They can only improve from now on. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you win your first game against Croatia 3-0, that's a huge load of pressure off of you, and that's all valuable. All valuable. So, yeah. Besides the mistake, DiMarco was pretty good. Yeah, besides the mistake, I thought he had a good game. He could have done more, of course, but I thought he had a good game. Strakosha had a very good game. Strakosha had a fucking amazing save against Fratesi, the one that he deflected on the post. That kind of save, very similar to the Donnarumma save. Yeah, Strakosha was actually very good. He definitely deserves a lot of praise. Definitely deserves a lot of praise. 50,000 Albanian fans. Fratesi also should have scored earlier. Yeah, he should have. The keeper had an incredible save. Amazing save, yeah. Calafiori really impressed me. I see why you've he was considered the best defender of Serie A. So there you go. Or the best young defender of Serie A. No, but was it him or Bastoni? Or maybe the young, I can't remember. Or he was definitely in the top three. Definitely in the top three. Albania should have won if we had Laert and Rejon in the team. That's right. Playing out the back with 99 as your keeper is not a good idea, not gonna lie. Roy, what was your reaction when Albania scored? I wasn't worried, to be honest with you. I was kind of like smiling. Um I wasn't too worried. Actually, I mean, I was still waiting to see what Italy was going to look like, because so let's say this. Let me actually, when Albania scored, I didn't know what Italy was going to look like. But after, let's say, 30 seconds, as soon as we started passing the ball around, I was like, okay, so Italy's going to control the rest of the game. They're going to dominate the game on the ball, and they're going to take their chance. They're going to try and create chances. They got to take them. But one thing that did worry me during the game was the fact that Italy did not close the game off, and that's something that's where you need your Scamacca to take his chances to close the game off. That's where you need your big players, the Chiesa, the Scamacca, because 2-1 is risky. You can definitely get scored on at the end. Donnarumma doesn't need to make that save there at the end. You're taking it, you don't need to do that. You don't need to put yourself in that position. So that's where Italy failed tonight. They did not close the game off, and they put themselves in a position of risk. And Albania was good to not allow Italy to close the game off. That's something that you have to also consider. Italy needs a containment plan for Lamine Yamal. DiMarco will have to be on his game that day defensively. Yeah, for sure. Yamin Lamal, Nico Williams, both on the wings, really good. You think Italy and Germany play the same way somehow? No. Different pace of the game, different rhythm, different system. Um, Germany more they from what I saw, Germany is really electrifying right now. There's a lot of electricity, so they're going heavy on inertia, that synergy and inertia, that connection of synergy and inertia together, and they're using that. And I think Italy is a little bit more calculated. They're more calculate what they do. I think Germany a little bit more on energy and instinct, while Italy a little bit more calculated. Roy, towards the end of the game, Italy seemed a bit shaky at moments. At very beginning and very end of the game, we got scored on in the beginning, gave them golden opportunity to score at the end. Yeah, for sure. Those are moments that usually happen in the game, and when they happen, you have to know how to handle them. We got really lucky with Donnarumma. The critique is that we shouldn't have got him there. They probably should have scored again around the 60th minute. They should have scored a goal there, and maybe bring in. I think it would have been a really perfect positive statement if at the 60th minute Italy could have scored a goal, and then maybe score even another one with the subs, but at least one more minimum. So the fact that they failed at doing that, it galvanized Albania. It galvanized the stadium. It galvanized the players. It gives the players hope. It gives the players energy to try and come back and get the result. So yeah, Italy definitely should have done better there, no doubt. Is this the most entertaining game in the Euro so far in terms of enthusiasm and fan engagement? And I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. Calavieri should not play against Croatia due to his height issue. Sheik and other attackers will overtake him on heading. Yeah, we'll see. And the other thing that I was a little bit surprised with was the formation of the 4-2-3-1. I think I don't know if he's going to do the same thing with Spain. I think maybe with Spain he might even go 3-4-3, and maybe also against Croatia 3-4-3. There is a chance of us seeing that, I think. Calafiori is 6'2", height issue. Schick plays for Czech, and Calafiori is 188. 6'2" minimum. First game by far entertainment best. The first game was by far the most. The Germany, I mean, of course, 5-1, big result, lots of goals. Obviously, Sir Petkovic. I was speaking about Calafiori. Yeah, I know. I will get Calafiori over Buongiorno. He's more suited for the way we play. Croatia players made some fatal individual errors, and Spain looked solid against them, and still Croatia had some good chances. So never you can't underestimate them. It's such a big mistake to underestimate. Broya had a decent game for me. He was a real threat. He was dangerous. I didn't consider him a huge threat, but he looked like he could have been for me. As contracts until June 2025 for Luka Jovic. All right, let's go. Xerxes who? Jovic, baby. Jovic. The only causing problem back was over him all game. We had Tonali, man. In today's game, I mentioned Tonali and Barella playing to. Ooh, that would have been nice. So Tonali, in this system, Tonali could easily do what Frattesi does or what Pellegrini does, or even what Jorginho does, or even what Barella does. That's the beauty of Tonali. You could do literally all of those roles, all of those positions with balance. But yeah, if Tonali was available, and we could have had Tonali also for the midfield, yeah, that midfield would have been stacked. That midfield would have been really stacked. really stacked. Damn. And on Verratti too. The guy is only 31. If Verratti wasn't playing for money and he was actually playing for the love of the game, like he would be in Europe playing in Serie A or playing in the Champions League with some team, like he'd still be in the mix. Verratti, Tonali, Jorginho, Barella, then Pellegrini, Frattesi, like that's a fucking top level midfield, man. Like there's not many other teams that have that. But we don't have that. We don't have that. That's a problem. We do not have that. Off topic, but Colombia have just extended their unbeaten run to 23 games. Watch out for them in Copa America. Yeah, Colombia, another country that produces amazing football players every single generation. There's always great players coming from Colombia. Another country that has a great football tradition. I mean, in South America, I think after Brazil, Argentina, obviously, then it's Uruguay and Colombia, right? But I mean, Uruguay has the pedigree, but also Colombia there, in that top 5. No. Fonseca's Milan will not look like this. This team is way too balanced for what a Fonseca will do. Fonseca will do a much more offensive look. Like, for example, Jorginho, Frattesi, Pellegrini, and Barella, that's very balanced. You literally have everything you need. Everything. And then if you use Pellegrini in that position where he's a hybrid cam, hybrid CM, hybrid winger, hybrid false 9, he can do everything there. So that's we don't have that, unfortunately, in Milan. We don't have all that balance. We don't have that balance. And Frattesi, and they all have extraordinary work rate. Barella has extraordinary work rate. Frattesi has extraordinary work rate. Then Pellegrini has excellent work rate. Jorginho also has good work rate. Chiesa also, if you notice, every time Chiesa loses the ball, he's right there attacking right back. So there's a lot of great work rate. Yeah, it's good. I think Italy is really good. But I know that Spain is really good too, and Germany is really good. I know that Croatia. Yeah, a lot of good teams. This is great, guys. This is amazing. Football is incredible. Football is amazing. It's a beautiful sport. A lot of great teams, great football. Couldn't be happier. Germany are locked in. Yeah. And I think, guys, I still have Germany as my possible favorites. I still have them as my possible favorites. Forza Jovic, that's right. Just tuning in. Not gonna lie, know if Tonali starts in this midfield, who do you bench? I would probably either bench Frattesi or Pellegrini. One of those two. Barella and Jorginho, those two are two. Those two guys are. I mean, when it comes to football IQ, that you have.
I love my vegetables, they're so edible.
Hold on. If you're talking about football IQ, you have to have Jorginho and Barella. But so yeah, it's either in this system, either Frattesi or Pellegrini. One second. Yeah, Jorginho, Barella, guys, those two are yeah, really good. Very impressed. Very impressed. A shame that not one Milan player on the squad. Yeah, it's true. I'd bench Jorginho. He's not that good. I think Jorginho, when it comes to controlling the tempo in the midfield and connecting and just being the director there, I mean, I'm seeing really good. I mean, I saw it in the Euro 2021. He was fantastic there too, and I'm seeing that again right now. Now, listen, again, this was against. I don't want to discredit Albania, though. I don't want to discredit Albania, but I understand that there's a level in difference. Spain is going to be another problem. Spain. Maybe Jorginho is going to look bad against Spain. I don't want to sound as if Italy is now just fucking incredible. And no, there's a lot of incredible teams. A lot of teams are incredible. Roy, what do you think about Theo's comments today? Yeah, not encouraging Theo's comments, right? He didn't say I want to stay at Milan at all cost. No, I think Theo is a player that if I will say this and I'll repeat it a million times, if a big offer comes for Theo, which is very possible because I think he is the number one left back in the world, and he's hot right now in the market. He's a perfect age. He's perfect where his contract is, and now he has to move on to the next big contract of his career. And we're coming to that crossroad. Are you going to stay with Milan or are you going to move on? So if Real Madrid or Bayern Munich need a left back, they're going to offer the big bucks. And there's no chance in hell our boy Jerry is going to say no to the big bucks. We love the big bucks. So and listen, maybe the big bucks will be spent wisely. Maybe they will. So, it is what it is. All I'm saying is if Theo this season ends up in another squad for big bucks, I'm not surprised. And also, maybe I do believe it could be the right thing to do also. Who knows? That's all up for discussion. Fonseca will play like Germany on steroids. Maybe more similar to that. Yeah, I agree. Maybe life under Redbird, isn't it amazing, Milanisti? Looks like Zlatan was lying. About what? Oh yeah, about that. Would be terrible if we lose Tomori and Theo this summer, and I don't see management filling those spots with the right players. Yeah, Tomori now is being linked to Newcastle. I really wonder if Tomori is thinking about going to England. There's one thing for sure, but I know for a fact that this burns deep inside for Tomori, the fact that he's being overlooked for the national team. And I think there's a huge argument for him to be in the national team because in Italy, he has had amazing seasons. This last season, not so great, but it was still okay. But there is a possibility, I think, of Tomori maybe deciding to go to Newcastle for that purpose, to get back into the English rotation, the national team. But maybe not. Maybe he wants to stay with Milan, and he wants to stay with Milan. So we'll find out. Theo Hernandez, I think, very difficult to keep. Obviously, Ibrahimovic yesterday said there is no chance. We don't need to sell. We don't need to sell them. Then he said, if they want to go, they can go. And now Theo said, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. So that is the sequence of messaging we got from the club regarding this. Where is Larat? Is he sad? I don't know. So Theo leaving tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if all of them are going to leave, but I'm saying maybe if they leave, is it that surprising? Really? If they end up leaving, it's not. That's all I'm saying. That is all I am saying. Okay, so yep, there you have it. Milan will end up like Albania. There's been reports that Theo was waiting for a contract renewal offer, and if it hasn't come yet, so he probably felt a little insulted. Oh, okay. Theo will stay if he's given an improved contract. I mean, if they give him if they give him that next level contract, I don't see why Theo would say no. But I still believe that if a big offer comes, Jerry's going to say, "I'm sorry, Theo, well, you're out." You're out, baby. Roy, any news concerning the Saudis or any other entity by Milan? No, all of that has died out. All of that has died out. And also well, actually, something has happened which will open the doors again for those kind of reports, which is that investigation that was taking place has been concluded and Milan has been absolved of all allegations or possible misdoings. So therefore, that opens up again possible discussions of takeovers. Now the club is for sale officially. Now the club is officially operatively for sale in case someone wants to come and make an offer because all the papers are good. So I believe with what happened recently with this case now being absolved, we will probably see offers from different entities, Saudis. Yeah, who knows who? But like always, every few months there's another group that wants to buy Milan. We'll probably see these kind of reports coming out again now. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me about that. Teo wants trophies. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like if he wants to play to win the Champions League, he know that he can go to Real Madrid or he can go to Bayern, and he definitely has. He'd definitely be in a club that is actually working to win a Champions League, rather than a club that is pretending to win, to play to win for a Champions League. Why would anyone leave Milan? I think for Real Madrid, Bayern, it's possible. Is Scamacca a ballerina? No, I thought Scamacca's link-up play was absolutely brilliant, top level. But he definitely needs a little bit more personality in front of goal. He definitely needs that. And if he gets that, I mean, we know he has it because he's done it. He's done it in the Serie A. But if he can get in a space of mind where he can score, take his chances, and also be that player with those very tight link ups, very technical tight link ups, then he's going to be very dangerous in this tournament. Very dangerous. I thought that Albania should have been a good team for him to get there, to start to boost his confidence. But we'll see. Against Spain, there's going to be more space. Against Croatia, there's going to be less space. But against Spain, there's going to definitely be more space. So he can maybe he can exploit the space there, but he needs to have the eye of the tiger. In front of goal, you have to always have the eye of the tiger. You have to. You have to know that you're scoring before you're scoring. You have to know that you scored the goal before the goal has gone inside the net. If you don't shoot the ball with that mindset, you're not scoring. So he just has to fine tune his mentality there. Now, if he had a poor game in the build up, then I would have said yes, Kamak had a really poor game. But his build up game was actually really good. Very impressed. Oh, here we have it. Let's go. Come on. Oh, it's your turn.
Hi there, Roy. How you doing?
I'm good.
How's it going? Good.
All right.
As
So
always,
tell of the game.
Forza
Albania, right?
Exactly. Forza Albania.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's okay. In the sense that I expected worse. How did you find the match?
I mean, based on how I've seen Italy start other tournaments, I thought it was pretty good, pretty encouraging.
Yeah, but the tournament that they have started well, usually they don't end up winning. The ones that even though last one they started well, right?
Yeah. Even in 2006 they started well-ish. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. But this one was a really strong start, so it's good. I mean, Albania had the opportunity to score a goal in the end there. They could have tied the game. Italy should have probably closed the game earlier, but they didn't. That's really where Italy messed up. I think you can argue. But, Albania had could have created a chance in the end. They almost did. They almost did.
Are you talking?
But I've spoke. Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me? Oh, I don't think Red John could hear me. Is the volume fine?
Can you hear me now?
Reindeers is not a center forward. Oh my lord.
Can you hear me by the way or not? I'm not sure if.
Okay, I'm not engaging with that. All right, Red John, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Can you? Yeah. For a second, I couldn't hear you though. Can you
no,
hear
no,
me?
no. I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right then. Well, so I didn't hear the last part that you were saying though. So
I said no. I thought it was encouraging performance for Italy. I think it was a strong start. I liked how they managed the game. And Albania could have scored in the end for sure. I think Italy's mistake was not to close the game earlier, but
I agree.
it left the door open for Albania to possibly score. They almost did. Italy, Donnarumma was maybe lucky there to and overall, I think it's a good start for Italy. It could have been better.
I agree. I agree. I agree. It's the first plus. It's the first game of the championship, right? So you have to, in a way or another, just look at the points because you get that momentum afterwards.
Yes,
it's not very
correct.
important. Well, even though I think in the first half Italy played super well. Very well.
Yeah,
Not so much in the second half.
Yeah,
I think in the
second half, not so much.
Maybe
that's where they should have scored.
I don't know what the plan was. If the plan was to.
Well, the way I read it was the second. Oh, his connection went off again. Tell Roy about the ref favoritisms today. Roy, food for ideas. Besides the transfer soccer discussions, you and Lart should talk dedicated on any rumors concerning the sale of the club. Right now, there are no rumors, so when the rumors come out, we will talk about them. But right now, we're back to square one. Right now, it looks like the club is just going to keep on going the way it's going. When those rumors come out, we will discuss them. We'll talk about them, and we will see what happens. Jerry's not leaving until he builds the stadium. That is ultimately the ultimate plan. If someone can give him an offer that he thinks is worth the money, he might take it. Though. Okay, Rajan, are you here now? I think the first goal was fixed. Also, it is very possible that the Albanians didn't play so hard today because they don't want to lose their jobs, because a lot of those players play for Serie A teams. So they're like, you know what? Let's not lose our job. No, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. I think the first goal was fixed. It felt like it was done on purpose. It was too perfect. I'm having problems with the headphones. Brown envelope came through the script was written score from the bets, right? It's the betting system that dictates all of this shit. I hope he fails at building the stadium because there's a chance they end up staying as they will see the stadium construction. Yeah, for sure. And he actually did say this. He actually said it. Again, guys, very lucky that I pay very close attention to everything Jerry says, every single word, nothing slides off of me, nothing. Jerry said that if the plan is not only just to build the stadium, but then to be connected to the profit streams of them. So they're never really going to sell it fully away. They're always going to have some kind of control over it. Yeah, pretty crazy. Jerry's words. We love Jerry. Group B is a group of death. Italy versus Spain Thursday is going to be crazy. It's going to be a great game. Can't wait. I think the favorites are Spain, so Italy is going to be the underdogs, and I think it's going to be a really fantastic game of football. Yes, and also I believe that's when the Copa America starts. Copa America starts sometime next week, and I think that is also going to be very interesting. We're going to see a lot of good football there too. How did Bayrami score that? I know it was a mistake, but scoring that with Bastoni on his side and Donnarumma in front, he shoots near Paul. Yeah, it was a great goal. A perfect diagonal shot. The key of that was really the speed of the ball. You know, when the ball moves so fast, it's really hard for the goalkeeper to intercept those kind of shots. So it was a really strong shot with the shoelace. Where I think at some point if Jerry and his team didn't deliver, there will be pressure from the city and the fans living there to sell the club. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Especially if offers come. I have to build a stadium if we want to compete again for the big trophies, especially in Europe, then we need to have our own stadium. I think if they do build the stadium, that has to be something positive for the club. For me, the issue still remains: what are the intentions of the owners? Like, I want owners that are more in love with the sport rather than the business. I want owners that want to win trophies, make history. Ibra said, "Milan doesn't win games; Milan makes history." Yeah, we made history this April when Inter fucking beat us in our own home game, and they won the second star in our face. That's how we made history this year, guys. That's the history we made. That moment is going to be remembered forever. Why? Because the Inter fan base is going to keep that moment alive for now until eternity, and it's going to pop up forever. We're going to keep we do the same, right? We've done the same. They're going to do the same. So that's the history we made with these guys so far. So yeah, that's the big question. You know, would you be sad if someone buys Milan after the stars are gone? It depends who buys Milan. It all depends on who buys him. Who buys Milan? Redbird paying Ibra to lie. What if this was Ibra's plan all along? What? What exactly? Ole, 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 ole. Oh, wow. Anyway, so overall, I think positive day. I think for both nations, honestly, Albania. Hey, congratulations to Albania, man. Making the Euros is difficult. You know, like they made their country proud. They're there. They scored the goal. They fought. They, so everybody was a winner today at the end of the day. So it's all good. You know, it's all good. Albania scored the fastest goal ever. No Mercato rumors. Yeah, I mean we're still stuck with the same ones, really. We're still stuck with the same I mean, we got to see what happens with Xerxes. Nothing new, really. I think we're just dealing with. Well, what did? Let's see. Thoughts on Buongiorno? I don't know. I mean, I against Bosnia, he looked pretty good. I have to see him play more to have thoughts on Buongiorno. I don't know. Obviously, he's considered highly. Um, Spalletti did mention in his press conference. He mentioned a group of players that were very serious and that are taking their careers very seriously, and they want to go to the next level from a footballing standpoint. And Buongiorno was one of those people. There was a bunch. I think others were. I can't remember who else was it. But if I were to compare him with Calafiori, I don't know. I mean, both of these players are still new in the Italy system in Serie A. It's really difficult to tell who will be the better one. I think Calafiori seems to be very interesting. Very interesting, Calafiori. I think in Bologna, what he did in Bologna and Serie A, and he was regarded as one of the best defenders in Italy, and he's coming from the U21. So this is one of the younger Italian players coming in that is already given a lot of responsibility. Maybe that probably suggests that Calafiori is the better player. Yeah. For now, at least for now. Roy, what if we miss top 4 next season? What do you think would happen? I don't know because I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I have no clue. I told you what I think is going to happen. I think that they're going to mess up the mercato again, and that they're going to have a very what's the word? Arrogant approach. They're going to have a very arrogant approach, and they're going to buy a team and then depict it as if it's the best team that has ever existed, depict it as if it's a team that can dominate anybody in the world, but it won't. And I think Fonseca will probably get fired by December. Guys, I think Fonseca will, if Fonseca is 8th or 10th in December, I think he's getting fired. I don't know. That's how much faith I have in this ownership, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy how bad it is, right? And I'm someone that is pragmatic too. I'm like, it's just like I just don't have any faith in these guys at all. I don't see any avenues. I don't know. I don't know why. It's like there's no avenues that I can find. I literally have no faith in these guys at all. I think they're going to be very arrogant again. They're going to probably make the same mistakes. They're going to build a team thinking that they can dominate everybody, but not understanding that football is very complicated. It's much more complicated than that. And Fonseca is going to chew off more than he can swallow. Now, listen, if that does not happen, I'm very happy that does not happen because I don't want that to happen. Honestly, I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I want Milan to do well. I don't care so much about Redbird, but I do want Milan to do well. I just find it very difficult to latch on to something that makes me have faith in how these guys are going to operate. Buonasera is better. That's right. For me, he is more suited to a back 3. Yeah, maybe. I just don't know him very well. I guess he's played more in a back 3. Fonseca will surprise a lot of people. I'm calling in now. Possibly. You have to wait and see what players we bring in before making such predictions. No, I'm saying my prediction right now. today is that they will make the same mistakes. Then we'll see what they do. Then we'll see. Once they bring in the players one by one, we're going to analyze them and we're going to figure out. But by August, we will know if Milan is a real deal or not. Right now, I have no faith in these guys whatsoever. Zero faith. And I think they're going to, right now, if you ask me, I think they're going to make the same mistakes, be very arrogant, and think that they're going to build the Galacticos, the Milanacticos. You want the link? I'll give you the link. If we sold and got many new players, then it's an issue for sure. No coach will be able to get us up for. Yeah, I don't think they're going to sell many players. And one of the reasons why they are getting, why they do want to get Fonseca is because Fonseca plays pretty much the same system as Pioli, minus few tweaks here and there, but it's more or less the same system. And if you get a coach that has already players in the club that are put together to play that system, it's easier. So I think Milan there did the smart decision. Obviously, if you bring in Conte, you have to change the squad. You have to make a lot of changes. If you bring Conceição, you probably have to make a lot of changes. If you bring Sarri, not so many changes. You can more or less keep it the same. You just got to be a little bit more ambitious with Sarri. And with De Zerbi, you could have kept exactly the same. You could have exactly what Fonseca has. With De Zerbi, it's the same shit. So I think Milan was smart in doing that, and they have to do that. And also, they're getting a guy that completely talks their language. That seminar he did, Fonseca does, to promote the app website that does data information. If you're scouting for coaches, you use this app that has all the all the data for coaches. Like he talks their language. He talks about algorithms. He talks about data. He talks about these business ventures. So Fonseca is very similar to Jerry and to these guys, and they're in the same wavelength. So Fonseca is not really being brought in to be a super winning coach. He's not being asked to be the greatest coach in the world and to turn Milan into the best team in the world. Fonseca is being asked very simply, because Ibra revealed it yesterday, to grow young players, because that's what he does. That's what he's good at. That's what his numbers, according to the Redbird algorithms, say he is good at growing young players, giving responsibility to young players. And it really goes back, all the way back down to what were the initial intentions of Jerry on why he got into football in the first place. He said because his buddy Billy Bean told him that European football is like Moneyball. You have this division system, and you have this category system, and you have young players that cost low, and you can sell them at a high price. And this is the Moneyball system. So when you put it all together, when you put all those prompts into the algorithm, Fonseca is the right guy. Fonseca is the guy that will develop the young players and make Jerry happy. Hold on, let me send you the link. Give me a second here. All right, I sent you the link. It's on Twitter. There are reports that we're willing to sell Benacer and Theo and Mike. It's a lot of sold players. We're already losing two of We could sell Benacer. I see that as a possibility. But Benacer, I think, does have market. I think that there could be people interested in Benacer. Just waiting on Gio. I sent him a link on Twitter. I like the names I'm hearing for the Mercato. Xerxe is a strong start. I think Xerxe will be a very strong start. I think Xerxe is a really good message. That's a statement signing. I like that. He was one of the best players of the Serie A. And also, me personally, I really like strikers that have a great link up. That's why Scamacca is one of my favorites, and that's why Xerxe is one of my favorites, because they have incredible link up play. Xerxe has great link up play, so I like those kind of strikers more than the strikers that are like Giroud or whatever. I like false nines better, essentially. Clint.
You by yourself, Roy? What's going on? You by yourself here?
Whoa.
I thought there was like 9 people in the group.
Nah, everybody is depressed, dude. Only Italians are happy right now.
Depressed for what?
I don't know, because their team lost.
Oh, you talk about Albania? Man, ain't nobody care about that shit, man.
Yeah, nobody cares.
How you feel, man? Did you see the game?
Well, yeah, but let me get Gio, because he dropped money to get the link. So what's up, Gio? What did you want to say?
No, man. What's good, Raw? How you been, man?
I've been good.
Yeah,
What's going
man.
on?
I don't know. Like, I like the way you talking, Roy. I think I don't know. Like, me and you had like two. I think like two. Not this summer. The last 2 summers, we were talking about all the young Italians that were coming up, and to me, it's kind of sad because I've been how long I wanted Coyote, because they just said that I'm a bandwagon Coyote fan. I wanted him like 2 summers ago, and to me, if
really
we're
good.
gonna get it right back, I'd rather spend 25 million for Coyote.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's an engine, and to me, it's like I want to ask you guys a question, because I know y'all have different opinions. So I've been asking a lot of people that I've been in a chat with, why can Juve, Fiorentina, Napoli, and Roma want Brescianini, but he's not good enough for Milan? No, this is a question
Is he
I
being
want
is he
answered.
being linked to one of those teams? I saw Juve.
Yeah,
I did see Juve.
he linked to that.
That's crazy.
So I just want to know why, if Juve and Mota going to try to sign him with his style, like, why can we have him as the sixth, right? Because he's a DM, right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I haven't seen enough of him to give you my real take on Brescianini, but I think it is interesting that Juventus is linked to him. So if Juventus is linked to him, it must say something, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. How'd you like the game today, Roy? Because I got a lot of backlash because I was
I
wearing
thought.
the 2006 Materazzi jersey.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, no. They
I
saying
like
that,
it.
how can a Milanista do that? I got a lot of bad DMs, but what I just want to know, like,
Oh
my stance
no.
on Brescianini. On Brescianini, like, I don't know if he's good enough for
Well,
Juve. I think he should be good enough for us, right?
have you seen him play? What do you think about him?
I think he's like a old school throwback DM. Also, like, cut up the play, and he could even score goals. So
Oh, if you were to compare him to maybe like an Ambrosini, is that kind of a player we're talking about?
yeah. I think and I love Ambrosini, and I want to say one thing before I go, and I think Clint is here. Like, you know what pissed me off with the management this year, uh,
What? What?
Roy, it's the
What?
fucking disrespect they did I know we love Bonetta. I know Bonetta doing this, but the way that they passed up Abate like he was chopped liver after he fucking made all these guys like Ceroli, Magnani, all these guys like play ball, like brought up Simic to play, and it's the like all these players for him not to even offer him the U23 job. I think that's the ultimate disrespect of a guy that basically put Milan's academy on the back on the map versus the best academies in the world, like Manchester City, fucking Chelsea. Like, look at Zeroli. Zeroli won it by BVB, Manchester City, won it by all the top like Premier League clubs and stuff like that. I don't like that how they just disrespected Abate, a guy who knew like when they told him his contract wasn't done as a player, he said, "Nah, I'm gonna retire because he bleeds the red and black." And for him to get disrespected like that, to be semi-finalist and back-to-back, and then go to Euro final, UEFA League, and missing like five of the top players that he had, it's just disgusting. That's what has me most pissed off with Jerry Makonda, the fucking Hobbit Fulani. That's what has
Oh
me the most
wow!
pissed off.
Damn!
Yeah,
Damn!
the disrespect for Abate to like treat him like he's a piece of shit after he put our academy on the map. Our academy has never been on the map like it is right now. Like a lot of our young talent is wanted by everybody in the world. So like that's what has me pissed off right now, the way that they treated Abate, and I don't
Very good.
like that.
Yeah, okay. So I wasn't really familiar with who they chose, why they chose Bonero or Abate, but if you ask me who deserved it, yeah, Abate for sure deserved it. I mean, Bonera has never coached. Abate did the 2 fantastic years with the Primavera. But I don't know, was he asked to do the job, or you think they just snubbed the fact that they
Nah,
didn't
they
ask him?
snubbed him. They snubbed
Or
him,
snubbed him?
RossonARI. That's why he left. Because they said they're
Mm,
not gonna give me the new job, so now I want to coach professionally, bro.
yeah.
You know how bad our academy been, uh,
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
Rory.
always been. It's never been.
No. It's been good. We produce a lot of talent, like back in the days. We got the
But
talent.
pedigree, like it's
Yeah,
not. We haven't won much in that.
yeah. But I just felt that that's what has me pissed off the most. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I look. I remember seeing videos of him coaching in the membership, the YouTube membership. They're coaching videos of him training the squad, and he looked really good. I was very impressed with Abate and how he communicates to the players and how the players were doing those exercises in those videos. I think Abate is going to be a very good coach, and I think what he did with the Primavera in these last 2 years is proof of that. Yeah, yeah. All right. So, is that what you want to talk about, Gio?
Man, it's a mess like it's always been, Roy. Like it's been a mess. How many years we've been talking about it's a mess? Like every summer we on the BS, man,
Even
and for
Clint thinks it's a mess now. Even Clint thinks it's a
even
mess.
playing it, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Roy. Like to me, like everybody see me like loose canning, and it's in the chest island because I feel that I don't know. I feel like bad because like I don't know. I don't know if they listening to Twitter. We've been like 2 summers ago, Roy. Me and you were like, I think they're listening to Twitter because they saying that there's no Italian talent. So we just won U17, right, Roy? Euros.
Yeah, yeah. The U17.
So we had 4 Milanese, right? So like
Yeah.
there's 10 in Italy, but now it's time for them to explode. Like it's time for them to play regularly. The only
Right.
reason, I, I've been like
Are
fighting
you-
on Twitter for a long time, like Yamal, right? Yamal, he's a talent, bro. Like at 16, even today, he was doing like things, right? But it's now it's a young man's game. Like you got to give these young guys talent, like a game. Like why is Rolling 19 hasn't even made a debut? We know Zaroli is an animal, bro. You seen that in the semifinal. He didn't have no backup, and he won. He basically tied the game on his own, bro. Took the whole defenders. Like, this is like my problem. Like now, like if you want to go youth project, that's fine. But I need Zaroli in there. I need Magnani in there. I need Gamarda is gonna be crazy, but Liberali, like, yeah, I need these young guys to get a chance now. It's
Well,
now or never.
Gio, you are in luck, or we are in luck, because that's what Fonseca is being paid to do. So let's see how he does.
You think he gonna give these younger talents a chance? Or come on, bro.
No, I think he's going to try, but he's going to fail. That's what I think.
Because Zaroli, he's ready, bro. When Pep is calling your number to try to convince you to go and you stay, like, you got something. Something is there, bro. I don't know if they hate on him because I'm going to say he's a pretty mother effer, you know? He's one of them pretty boy effers, you know? Because, like, shout out to my Australian Milanista fans. Like, they sent me mad pictures of Zaroli. And he looked like he said, yeah, like because they were able to meet him and stuff like that. They know I've been talking about Zaroli for a long time. So, like, I think it's now or never. This season, Roy, if they not giving Zaroli a chance, it's gonna be a big problem for me.
Listen. In Italy, we know that whether it's Milan, Juve, or Inter, usually when it comes to the 19-year-olds, they usually take their time. And that's the problem with Italy. It's not just a problem with Milan. It's a problem with Italy in general. But I agree with what you said there. Look, let's just stop fucking lying to the media. Let's stop lying to us. We just build this team, get youth players, get the Primavera players, and say that's what the project is. The project is trying to get players to cost more so we can sell them and make money. And if you're honest with me, then okay, fine. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's do that. But I just don't like the
No, we don't like the bullshit.
The charade.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do with those 4 young talents? Like, I got in a fight, not in a fight. Like, I had a word with somebody where, like, okay, we were in the banter era. Gigio started at 16. So, like, if you don't want to pay Magic and you want to sell him, I say give the job to Sportiello, have Longhi and Noah Rife fight it out, whoever's second. Like, they is talented out this world, bro. Longhi is wanted by Manchester City now. The academy willing to pay
the
like 10
U17 kid,
million. Yeah, which is our goalkeeper. Like,
the one that was in
Manchester
the
City,
tournament.
yeah, the one that got
Yeah.
the concussion. Like, they willing to pay $10 million for
It
him.
was crazy.
So if Manchester City willing to pay 10 million for him, a team that has won like titles, like what, 8 Premier Leagues out of the last 9 years, like, why isn't he good enough for us? Like, I don't really understand this shit. Like, give it to Sportiello, let him do what he gotta do. Let's get the money because they with the balance in the books. Let's get Noah, who did good in the UEFA Youth League, and then let's give it to Longhi. Like, that should be the third keeper and let him battle it out. Like, we don't remember when Gigio was 16, he was doing what he was doing. Like, come on now. I think
Yeah.
that what these guys are not knowing is that it's a young game. Pedri, Yamal, Emery, right? Zaire Emery. All these players is crazy. And Kim, that's what my brother Kim. I don't know about Ibra Sauce because I don't really understand it, man. I don't know. I can't trust nobody after last year. And you know, Roy, like, they shitted on me because Tonali was my daughter's favorite player. So after they just like, I know they're gonna say like, oh, they had to sell it because of his gambling problems.
Nah,
But
that's bullshit.
but it's my daughter's
That's bullshit.
favorite player, so that should hurt even more for me. So, like, and shit like that, because she got like mad Tonali jerseys, and because she chose it, she said that she liked him or whatever.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like everybody's for sale. Clint, what you talking about? Clint, come on.
No, hold on. I'm trying to like connect this microphone to my to my.
Hear me well. Hold on. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you. Here. Come on, Clint.
No. What I'm trying to say. Yeah, no. I'm not rebuttaling shit, bro. That's why I was quiet. I'm not rebuttaling anything. My main thing, right? What I wanted to add, you start putting into question, especially last year, right? Like people like Pellegrino, fuck. You start wondering why did we go and buy somebody like a Pellegrino when Simic was there? Now he's at Salernitana. What do you do with him? Is he a loss, or was he that really a prospect? Right? You start looking at, because I agree with you. Like for me, okay, even on these players we want to bring in, right? At this point, you saw what Primavera did. Do you even really need a DM, or if you even unsure of a DM, then go and get Zeroli. Put him right there. I'd rather see that than to go get somebody else at least going forward, right? It's just you can really see like this summer alone. I can see that they don't have like the clear vision. They don't have a clear vision sporting wise. I think they have a clear vision entertainment wise. Anything that's off the pitch, I think this team has that. I think they have a clear vision, which means balancing the books and all that shit, which we can give them kudos to. I think they have that. I don't think we can refute that. I think they know they have a clear path on what they need to do, stadium and all that. But in terms of sporting, they don't have that. There's none. I don't think there is. And if there is, somebody needs to point it out to me. Right? If there is, somebody needs to point it out to me because
I don't know.
I don't see it because you bring in Fonseca, then what? See, Ibra goes out there to say that. I didn't even believe Ibra's words to me were not reassuring. It's pure PR, straight up, pure PR. Ibra, you know that's pure PR, bro. You're gonna come and tell me Fonseca is the man, and based on what? So based on what you're saying that, right? Like, what's the assessment here? Yeah, I understand. I was never a professional football player, but boy, I didn't watch football my entire life, and I don't know. Like, so you come out here and you knew, and Ibra knew he had to come out and clear the air because they know, like, word on the street is not good, and they feel that big time because Milan doesn't tend to do shit like this, and he understood. But why Jerry don't come in and speak? Why Fulani doesn't come and speak? Why is it Ibra? Or why all three of them are not on stage and speaking? It's because you know there's a transparency somewhere and they're hiding something. And Ibra is like, you know what? I got this. Because if you guys are fully transparent, and when I mean transparent, you don't have to really tell us what's going on, but being truthful to like, hey, guys, we're not going to be sneaky. This is what's going on. All of you guys would have been on stage and accepted all questions. Maybe not speak on players we have incoming, but reassure people like, hey, you know what? This is the goal of the club. We are going to try to get Champions League. We are going to try to get this. No, there's none of that. We don't hear any of that. All we hearing is process. We're past process with these players, bro. We need to take the next leap. Process with these players was 2017. So I'm not surprised when Theo comes and says, when Theo comes and says what he said today, it tells me all I need to know with this project, bro. Because you don't even gamble. If you're happy at Milan,
Clint, he lying. He lying.
You said what? You said who's lying?
They're lying, bro. You think they stole it, right, Roy? You think that girl gonna take his bullshit that he trying to leave? He gonna get his ass beat. You better resign. He better resign.
Yeah, I hope so. No, he's like his girlfriend. Yeah, she's not gonna try to leave.
Yeah. Shout out to her, man, because she a true Milanista. She said it one day. I think they interviewed her at her thing. She said that she was Milanista. She grew up in Milan and all that shit.
Yeah,
she said that she read the.
Yeah, but there's also a project, man. At the end of the day, these guys and somebody like Theo, right now, his stock is high. He's not gonna try to diminish it because if we go 2 years, if the next 2 years we go like we stagnated the way we do, none of these guys lay out whatsoever. They're not gonna have no more revolving door for big clubs. That's it. That's gonna be done. Like their stock is gonna be down.
To me, Clint, what I do is I sell Theo for 100, and I go offer Spurs 55 million for Udozi.
I don't even want to. The reason why I don't want to sell Theo, right? It's not even on some sporting stuff. It's just I just feel like he can be Milan's future captain.
Hey,
I feel like he's so. Yeah.
Ace has something for you. He says, should we trust your judgment, Clint, or Zlatan when it comes to football matters? Maybe we should chill and trust them.
No, I'm an observer. I'm an observer from the outside, and I'm looking in. So I didn't say nobody to trust my judgment. That's my assessment as somebody from the outside. I don't run a club. And I gave that PSA before I even started speaking. I said I know I'm not a professional, but I've watched a lot of football, right? And then it's the same thing, like clubs that fail, coaches that fail, right? I'm like a coach like Lampard, right? I'm not better at him at coaching, but from looking from the outside, you know these dudes are trash, because that doesn't always translate. Because being a footballer doesn't always translate to the good decision makings, and we saw that before, and we know that's a fact, right? We seen how many players been in charge of certain things and they failed miserably because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. That's just a fact. You know, it's not up to we're outsiders, we're fans, we speak. I don't get paid to do that, right? But I care about this club. I spend money on this club when it comes down to Milan or certain things I can. So somewhere down the line and directly I contribute somehow to all of this. So it's not about, oh, we need to chill down. Yeah, we're chill. We're just not happy with the call. That's all we're saying. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. But even Ace, you're saying that. You cannot tell me 100% you're confident and you're satisfied with. Nobody's satisfied with this. I don't care if you're on the side of Jetty or you're not on the side of Jetty. That's all. That's what we're talking about here. I'm not saying this as a partisan, like, oh, fuck Jetty. It's pretty much like the decision on both. This decision they made, it really unites both sides of the aisle. Meaning the anti-Jerry train and then the Jerry train. It unites both of them because even the people that for management, they're a bit skeptical. They can't speak to you with 100% confidence, and that's a fact. We know that's a fact.
Hassan, so like I know what you asked Clint, but do you respect what they did with Abate, a guy that brought up our academy to the world, and everybody looking at our academy worldwide? You respect that, Hassan Lewis? I need to know. I need you to write what the hell you trying to. Nah, I'm saying you're trying to attack Clint Lewis, but we on the other shit, like, you feel me? We don't know what Ibra doing. You're like, how can
I don't know.
How can we trust Ibra when they sucked the life out of us last season? Like,
and Ibra
regardless of whatever it is, a guy like Tonali, whether his gambling problems or not, he shouldn't have been sold, bro. That's the last guy he should have been sold.
Even not that. Like here's the problem, right? Here's the problem here also. It's like Ibra's role is really ambiguous because it's not clear cut. He's not a sporting director. He's not nothing. I personally feel they brought this dude in as the fall guy, not because they want to win. I don't think it was calculated, right? Like nobody's gonna tell me that, like, okay, we're firing Maldini. Ibra is next in line. We already picked our guy. We know what's going on. No, I just think it's like, okay, the fans, we fucked up with Maldini. You know what? Let's at least we can get Ibra. He's loved by the fans. We can bring him in. And Ibra coming in, to this day, nobody can really tell me what's the role of this guy. You cannot tell me he's a sporting director. You can't tell me anything because his role is really ambiguous.
I think, based on what he said yesterday, he gave himself a title, which is Redbird operating partner. He is a Redbird.
Come on, bro. I work in corporate America. Such a ambiguous role.
Clint, you watching the games out here?
I think what he's going to do.
Clint?
I think what he's going to do. Sorry. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. I think he's going to be Jerry's ambassador. So when Jerry can't be there, Ibra's going to be there talking for Jerry, essentially. And he chose Ibra to be his ambassador because Ibra is a big guy. But I don't think Ibra has.
You know what got Maldini fired? And I told everybody. You remember that telecast for the Derby, the Euro Derby, right? Who was all giddy when he showed up on camera? Right?
I mean, all the legends were.
Thierry Henry was the most.
Yeah.
And then Jerry said, "Oh, I can't compete with this motherfucker." Like the way that Thierry Henry was talking to Maldini when he was talking to him, and then like when they cut the tape, he was like, "But Terry, you ain't never acted like that before." They're like, "Bro, you don't know who I'm talking to? That's an aura," he said. "That's Maldini, Paolo Maldini, and excellence."
Yeah,
So
I mean,
like he said
yeah,
that shit,
but
and
Maldini
Jerry
was
can't compete like that because I'm Jerry. I got my own millions, and people think I'm excellent. But the way that Thierry Henry described Maldini, he said, "Nah, I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. This motherfucker gonna outshine me."
here's one thing. Here's another thing I just found out not long ago, right? So, because I follow a lot the MLS, like off the field stuff from the MLS. So the next expensive team that's coming, actually, the next team that's coming into the next expansion team that's coming into MLS is San Diego. And I guess a lot of people bidded for that, but they couldn't get it because like it's just such an expensive team. I think San Diego's coming in already, and it's worth like 700 million. So they said Bournemouth, like Bournemouth, like the team in fucking the Prem, like the owner was trying to get it, he couldn't get it. There's too much fees, and they said because the reason why I was watching these videos, it explains why American owners were flooding into, which really answered my speculations I previously had, because a lot of American owners previously were trying to get MLS expansions, but it's so expensive, like they can't. And not only when you get a team, you gotta pay your way in into like the MLS, it's like a closed group, so you gotta pay your way in, and there's so much expenses. And they found it cheaper. They found it cheaper.
I don't want to interrupt you, Clint, but
Yeah.
the owner that gets that shit in San Diego, the Chargers went away. A lot of the sports teams went away. So
Yep.
whoever gets that shit, he'll make the money in 6
No,
months.
that's what you said. But what I'm trying to get at is you need a pool. They're not also giving it to whoever. Like you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like Jerry, I mean, who's really Jerry in the sports world in America compared to these other owners? But he's a nobody, bro. Nobody knows him like that in these spaces. Like, let's be honest, bro. They don't. We here, we don't know about these because some of the owners here, like they're really powerful, bro. Those are multi-billionaires, right? He's not part of that elk, bro. So it's easy to run into Europe and do all of that stuff. So
He drinking Casamigos with The Rock, XFL. That
yeah,
lets
but
you know
he
that
has to
Jerry's
do.
a fucking loser. That lets
Yeah,
you know
he's a
sorry,
parasite.
Roy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so yeah,
my bad word. Sorry, Roy. But
yeah,
that
yeah. So
lets you know that he's a loser because whoever invested in the FXFL is a loser, bro. You know you lose. That's a losing product.
yeah, he's a loser. It's like a WNBA, right? But anyway, I'm saying on.
Hey, relax. Cause
No,
we
no,
got Angel Reese. We got Angel Reese out
no,
here balling out for us, okay?
no. Hey, I'm a big WNBA fan, bro. I like women's sports, so let's. But what I'm trying to get at essentially is what I'm trying to say is it tells me my intention with these guys. Like I said at the beginning, I know where it is. I just accept that reality, but I can still be upset on some of the decision makings that they call football decision makings. I can call that out and be like, okay, bro, this is not a football decision making. So going back to the Ibra thing, like you just said, an operating partner. What the fuck is that? And if he's a Redbird operating partner, why is he? Why is he a spokesperson for Milan then? So what do you represent for Milan? Because you're putting that title, you're not an operating partner for Milan, you are for Redbird.
Let me just confirm. Let me double check if it was Redbird or Milan.
Oh shit, Clint, you're the first guy to bring that up. I think a lot of people, when I was saying that he was full of shit, they was like, nah, he don't work for Milan, he work for Redbird. So,
no,
like, yeah. Clint,
No, he works for
that's
both. He works for both.
Yeah, but still, why not give him that title of like why you be like, yo, you're the sporting director. We need a clear role so we know who to point the finger at, bro. Yo, Roy, you know that's a fact. When people come in, it's like okay, it's like you on the field and y'all coach, and it's like and it's not like a clear manager. We're like, oh, we all coach the team, and it's like, what the fuck does that mean, bro? Who's the guy? Because when you do stuff like that, it's shady. It means like you try to do under the rug stuff. Why not put him as the sporting director, so we know, okay, Ibra is the sporting director of AC Milan, so we're gonna look at him and see his judgment. So he'll either soothe us, even if he's making the wrong or the bad calls, we know where it's coming from. Because when we don't know where all these decisions are coming from, bro, it frustrates you.
No, but Ibra did say how it works. Ibra is just there to give advice to teams and nothing else. He's not there to move a needle. He's not there to push his ways. He's just there to give advice. If his advice is taken, they'll take it. If they go with another thing, we'll go with the other thing. So he's there in this role where he's a bridge between Cardinale and Furlani, and he'll be used, like you say, the face. He'll be talking to the media, so he will be used as a scapegoat. He is now a scapegoat.
So
But essentially, he doesn't. His role is that. Listen, this is Jerry Cardinale's show. That's it. That's what it is. It's the Jerry show. And Furlani and Ibra and Moncada, these are guys that just are there to do what Jerry tells them what to do. That's it.
but Jerry himself doesn't come from this backyard. He doesn't, and that was my fear. These people coming in,
he does.
because that's my fear coming in. And I brought this point before. We've seen it, bro. Us that grew up in America, that've been watching American sports our whole life, you understand. I'll probably say 90% of
Clint,
owners.
what's your teams in America?
Let me add this, and I'll tell you my teams. 90% of owners in America, from a sporting perspective, they suck. They're the shittiest. There's more shitty teams in American leagues than good teams. Even when you take the NBA, when you look at the teams that have been dominant, you can only count a few, because like them franchises have been garbage for the longest. The MLB, same thing. You look at the NHL, same thing. There's not a balance where it's going to be like, okay, these teams are competitive. We in America, we have the spirit of competitiveness, but our league sometimes doesn't reflect that, because people go there from an entertainment perspective. And that's really scary when you try to use, that's what you're going to try to market overseas and be okay with that. So when people say it's not always interesting winning, yeah, bro, you know what the fuck that mean. I mean, when I look at the Dallas fucking Cowboys, when's the last time they won a Super Bowl? But they get all the revenue, and you turn into a commercial club. And that's essentially what the Glazers turned Man United into. Man United is still relevant because, that last deal they got with Chevrolet, but it's $700 million. Yeah, you can get all of that. But you as a fan, you don't appreciate that. In America, we're okay with that because we grew up that way in a certain extent because of the draft pick. We complicate the shit to make it more fun than the actual game. So you're doing fantasy football here, you're doing XYZ and all these little gimmicky shit, the gambling around that you can invest, and that's how they make their money. Essentially, that's what's going into football. When football was one of the sports where it was more passion, where it wasn't caught up, with all these fucking shady deals and all that stupidity. And those are the type of owners like we have, right? But I was already privy to that. I didn't really care. I understood like this is our new reality, and I look at it as a new reality. It's just I was expecting a little bit better coming in this summer based on what they were saying. And it just shows that I don't think they have no clue, especially after the manager appointment. Now, I'm not going crazy. I'm not going alarmist, but it's just disappointing, right? It's just disappointing. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it's not like, oh, my guy's the head of the world. I mean, I supported Milan for a long time. This is not worse than the Benta era, but it's disappointing with the type of players we have, thinking people like Theo, Leao, they're ready to go to the next stage. I was assuming you could have got a coach to help us at least win a couple of silverware. You bring in Fonseca, you didn't you brought us Fonseca to win. All I'm hearing is process. We like the way he plays. I didn't hear trophy and all that and any of this shit. So what are you telling me?
Hey, okay, yeah, I agree with that. This is Ibra's words. The question was, what does your role consist of? And this is where Ibra gives himself this title. It's simple. Many ask, but I am an operating partner of Redbird. I work close to Cardinale, but also at Milan in close contact with Moncada Furlani. They're not a one-man shows because everyone is important. They have their responsibilities like a team. So the chain of command is Jerry on top, and everybody else has their role, and that's it. That's all it is. Okay, anyway, so I got to close, guys, because I've been on for a while, and it was nice to have everybody on. Clint, did you see the game today? What did you think?
Yes, I did. The game, I think Albania could have hurt Italy. I think it was a good display, from Italy, especially like the response back. But I'm yet to see how Italy is going to play once they come with the big teams. When they face Spain, I think Italy is going to play more back. Like, I don't think they'll be able to do the possessive, any of that stuff. And the reason, and my biggest fear is like that fitness level now, the pace. How are they going to close? They're going to close down, the space to not allow people to run in behind. Because today was Albania. If I personally felt like if Albania put just a little bit more pressure on Italy, they just weren't pressing. If they were pressing a little bit, Italy could have folded. And I think it's probably at the back. Calafiori, good display from him. But it's just, you can just tell also with Bastoni, like, they haven't synced in yet. And you can just see, like, some of the balls, there's not that communication the way Chiellini used to run, command the back. I don't see that a lot from Bastoni yet because it's a young defense. So I think we're really going to have proper assessment Italy's second game. It's going to tell me where they're going to go in the tournament. Like, this doesn't really say much, but it was a good display, though. I ain't going to lie. But
what about any words on the other teams? Spain, Germany?
No, I think right now, so far, it's Germany. Yes, it's true Scotland was really poor, but Germany made them look really poor. And the reason why is I think this German side, I mean, let's not forget, even they beat France 2-0, right? I have Germany winning this tournament per my little thing I did. I have Germany winning this tournament because a team like Scotland is a team that plays a really low block. They're hard to really break down. They got confused because what the Germans were doing, they were playing direct passes in the center. They weren't doing wings or any of that. It was the pass, directly cut through passes. You have somebody like Musiala, like, bro, when the ball is glued to his feet, he's going to dribble you somehow. I think Germany is going to go on a good run. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. They're going to go on a good run because they got the crowd. They started poorly. You got to understand the pass. Roy, you got to understand, after 2014, Germany's been bad for 10 years, man. Euros or the World Cup, they've been bad for 10 years. They haven't been getting out of the group stage. The past two World Cups, they didn't get out the group stage. The past Euros, they didn't even get out the group stage. They did not have got out the group stage. And this is one of the first ones they won in a while that's relieved. And you see that the team is stacked and most of their players had a good season this year. Like, you look at the Dortmund players on the pitch, they did good. You got Kroos with Madrid, he did good. Even Kai Havertz with Arsenal, he's been performing. So I think Nagelsmann have them, and they played well. Even when you see the way they were passing the ball, they played well. I know it's just Scotland, but it says a lot so far. The Spain one, I looked a little bit, but I have Switzerland, bro. I have Switzerland in the final with Germany. I know it sounds ludicrous.
Switzerland, Germany final.
Yes, that's algorithm spit that to me. Is that what I want to see? No, but Switzerland is a team you need to pay attention to.
I know Switzerland.
It's going to be thing. But I think speaking tomorrow, England plays Serbia. That's going to be really tricky. That's going to be really tricky because with England, they have a defense problem. We're not sure about the defenders yet. And bro, like Serbia has firepower up front. Well, I know Mitrovic plays in Saudi Arabia, but the club shit doesn't really matter when it comes down to these international tournaments because if they're on fire for the national team and they feel prideful, doesn't fucking matter, bro. You're gonna leak goals. So it's something to watch out for. I think it could be a really tricky game for England if they don't pay attention. It can be really tricky. Serbia can be a tricky team at times, so we'll see what happens with that. But so far, A+, Germany, Spain, I'll give them an A- because it's a really young team. Croatia is an aging team, and Croatia they have a number 9 problem. They've been having a number 9 problem since World Cup 2018. Like, ever since Mandzukic retired, bro, they've been having a number 9 problem, and that's one of the biggest. They just can't. That's a problem. Morata again, shutting mouths again. I'm hearing pundits say, we're not sure about Morata. Yeah, he can score, but bro, he comes out to Spain. That's the best thing they got going forward. So they better keep this guy. Italy, I'll give Italy a B+ because the second half, I know they wanted to see out the game, but I'll give them a B+. So that's my grade so far with the teams I saw. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. I got to close, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Gio.
Thank you, Roy.
It's been well.
Thank
Roy. Before you go,
Yo.
I know you gotta go. What is Italy doing?
I don't know. Until I see how they
Look,
play against
look,
Spain, I
you
can tell
see
you.
the hate I've been getting, Roy. Look at the
Yeah.
fucking screen.
Tutti pazzi per Materazzi.
Yeah, nah,
That's
nah.
what they.
Look, I'm
That's
gonna
what they
tell
used
you
to
one
say.
thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing, Roy.
What's up?
I think what's missing in this team is Udoji at left back and
Yeah, he was.
Kyle
He
Day.
would have. He might have been the
Yes.
starter. He might
No,
have
no,
been the
he was
starter.
the starter. He was the starter. But
Yeah, I know.
the ACL, but Roy, I just want to say, like, message me all the time you come live, man. I think that this
Yeah.
is a channel that we need to get off our chest, man, because I think what the team is doing right now, I know you gotta go, but I'm gonna give it in 1 minute. Like, I think it's bullshit what they doing right now, and I think that right now we gotta speak our piece. If we're not speaking our piece right now, it's gonna be crazy, man. I
Yeah,
think
I agree with that.
I think I think what Ebert should have said is like, we're looking for this and this and this, but like the way that he talked about Conte, I don't understand. But like, to me, like I told my best friend, if I can't convince you to come work for me for like half the money, and I know that in 2 years that you're gonna get more and double pay back the money, then I don't understand. And I
Yeah.
don't understand how he couldn't convince Mota to come if that's his best friend. That's trash.
Yeah,
So
man. Well, thank you,
ciao,
Gio.
and
Really appreciate you. And yes, I'll send you the links, man. And absolutely, 100%. It's a good place to talk about this stuff. All right, guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry, I have to go have a meeting. Everybody, bye. Thank you. Till the next time. Bye.